Today on VaperClass, we're going to do a review of the FreakShow Atomizer. This is an RDA, and it's actually a really good atomizer. I'm pretty impressed with it. You can actually get these for about $15 shipped. I would recommend getting them off eBay. You can get them for like $17. You'll get it in under a week. I've started ordering a lot of my stuff on eBay now because one of the last orders I got from Fast Tech took 61 days to get to me. And that kind of upset me. So I'll pay a couple dollars more. You know, my time is worth more than waiting around for 2 months. So if you want to get one of these, click on the little eye up here. Just click on or hover over the screen. A little eye will pop up. Click on that. That'll take you straight to eBay where you can get one of these for under $20. And they're really great atomizer. This is a clone. Probably a clone of a clone. Everything's a clone these days. But let's take a close look at it. Got the classic FreakShow guy, and that's laser etched on there. Little skeleton, and it says FreakShow right there. And this is actually a really impressive setup. It's got all the hallmarks and everything you want in a good quality RDA. Especially if you're going for massive vapor clouds, this has some of the features which are going to keep your vapor cool and keep you set up for big, huge clouds. It's got nice big set screws. These are nice and large. They are flathead, not Allen keyed. Got nice big screws there. Nice big solid screws and nice big holes. Some of the cheaper ones you get, they've got tiny little screws, and you screw it down and it breaks the end of your coil off. These are nice big gauge screws. You have 3 of them. My center pin looks like it is offset a little bit. I could fix that by pulling it back, but that's not uncommon. I went ahead and put a 1 ohm coil in there, and I'll show you guys some clouds here at the end of the video. But check out those channels. Those channels are deep. Very deep channels. It's like 1/4 of an inch deep. So those of you that like to just load up your atomizer and just go all day and blow massive clouds, you can pack that bottom chamber with cotton really, really well. That's a good deep atomizer there. And check out the air channels. Look, the air channel actually comes in and then up next to the coil. It's not down at the coil level where you're going to get juice flowing out of your hole all the time. That's what you see on the cheap ones. You see the hole is right there next to the coil. You got a shallow channel. You end up like with stuff weeping out the hole all the time. That's not going to happen on this one. The air is going to come through the hole, up past the coil. It's going to help draw the air up and around. And then check out the top. A nice domed top. That helps direct airflow. Some people say it hits nicer. I think it just helps with the airflow. And any condensation will then tend to drip back down, right back down the body into the chamber. So that's another good feature, the dome top. And then here's another good feature. You got 2 air channels, 1 on each side like that. But you also have a base to grab onto. A lot of the RDAs now, they don't have anything there. And if you accidentally screw it on too tight, you end up like having to pull this off and then get your hands all dirty trying to get it back off again. With this one, you have something to grab onto if you get it onto the mod too tight. So that's another cool feature about this. The center pin is copper, but as you can see on mine, when they were installing it, they kind of stripped it a little bit. I'm not saying all of them are going to be like that, and mine is a clone. So someone in a factory was screwing it on and slipped a little bit, and since copper is such a malleable metal, it kind of put that on there. I'm just going to take a little file and file that down. It's not a big deal. But for 15 to 17 bucks, that's not a big deal. For air control, you can turn this to line up completely or halfway on either side. That's a really good design. Allows you for as much airflow as you could possibly need. Nice deep vapor channel there, vapor chamber. And then here's where you might get this set apart from the others. They've got 2 different options here. You can go with that has this nice big cooling. It's kind of like a smokestack, a nice big cooling chamber. So if you're Sub-Ohming and you're doing massive heat, This chamber actually serves to cool down the vapor as it's heading its way up to the drip tip, which then goes on top of that. So look at that. You got a dome chamber, you got a nice big chamber for it to coalesce, go up this like smoke stack, this cooling stack there, and then up into the drip tip. So you got a nice big area, not a lot of surface area. It's going to help cool down those vapors so you can get those huge clouds. But if you aren't a big massive cloud person, check this out. They include a standard head for you. And that one is angled. It's not domed, but angles are just fine. And you just stick your drip tip on that, and you have like a standard sized thing. It's a little bit bigger. You got these little fins for cooling on the top and bottom, but I think that's a good setup. It's pretty attractive. It looks pretty good. You could put it on like a blue penny, put it on anything. I like it. They also include your standard like little cheap ass screwdriver that no one uses, and some like fiberglass coils and extra O-rings. But the box is pretty nice. They give you the cooling chamber tip, the standard tip. There's nothing you have to screw on or off. A lot of the cheaper ones you end up having to screw something on or off, or you have to drip it down the drip tip. But let's face it, most of us never drip anything down the drip tip. We've gotten used to either pulling it off or unscrewing it to get to the chamber to drip. So, all in all, I think it's a good setup, and it's worth the extra like $3 or $4. You know, compare this to a CEO or one of the other top brands, and I think it's worth it, especially if you're going for massive clouds. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and pause the video while I get set up to do a juice review. I'm gonna kill two birds with one stone. Which one are we gonna do here? I'm reviewing all of my sample box examples here. If you want a sample box of your own, basically for $30, I got all of these like high quality samples here in like a 24 millimeter or milliliter size. That's a good deal. Some of them are pretty extreme, but some of them are good all day vapes. So I think I'm going to review this one here, the Midgard. I'll go ahead and pause it. We'll set up for the e-juice review, and then we'll come back and blow some clouds with the atomizer for you. All right, we're back with our FreakShow Atomizer, and I just did the e-juice review on this Midgard Vapor Viking Pie flavor. It's kind of an interesting flavor. Make sure you check out the video review on that. It's got a really strong like burnt fruity licorice pie after flavor to it. But let's blow some clouds. I'm actually pretty impressed with it. It actually ends up in your mouth really cool. You could do a Sub-Ohm dual coil setup with like massive amounts of liquid in there really well with this. This is a really good like high heat atomizer. Pretty big clouds, not a whole lot of like harsh throat hit. I would recommend this atomizer, definitely. Check out the little eye up here. Just click on or hover over the screen, click on the eye. It'll take you straight to eBay. You can get one of these in less than 7 days for under $20. With the extra cooling fins and the versatility of it, I think it's worth it all day long. You know, you're going to spend, what, like $5 on a cheap one, or you can spend, you know, $15 to $17 on a really good one and get massive clouds, do high heat, low ohm. It is recommended. So make sure you check out the links in the description below. Check out the little eye up here in the corner and subscribe to the channel.